Hi. So, just want to do an update on my issues here. Everything. I've got so many health issues that things are changing all the time, right? So, what's happening now is, God, I feel so sick. Just everything. The CPAP masks for sleep apnea. I'll just start off by saying the masks are not too tight. I'm not wearing them improperly. I don't need a different style. I have a dozen masks here. The CPAP is caught. This has been going on for 6 years. The CPAP is causing trigeminal neuralgia. It's just crushing these nerves in the face. I feel like um, I feel like I'm right down to the bone, and just I feel like a skull without flesh on it. I feel like I'm right down to the bone, and the nerves are just right there. The pain is excruciating. I have sleep apnea. I have to wear CPAP. And the CPAP causes so much pain, and it's just smashing these nerves coming down, and just severe pain. And it's unbearable laying my head on a pillow, and just there's no way. And the pain is just chronic, right? And it gets to the point where I can't do it anymore. So I stopped the CPAP, and then I'm in trouble because my oxygen is dropping, right? So last night I didn't wear the CPAP, and my oxygen, I wake up, it's like there's a spike through the top of my head, pain from prolonged low oxygen. Prolonged low oxygen can cause brain damage and organ damage, right? And my nervous system just shaking like a leaf inside from not wearing the CPAP. Sleep apnea is when you stop breathing over and over again while you're asleep. And the CPAP machine goes on your mouth and nose, and it prompts you to breathe. It keeps you breathing all night. It prompts you to breathe. But the mask causes so much pain for me. It's unbearable. So I didn't wear the CPAP last night. My oxygen dropped to 87. The longer I don't wear CPAP, the further my oxygen is going to drop, and I'm in trouble, right? I can't I'm not breathing during the night, right? So I don't know what to do. And there are alternatives, um you know, which I've looked at most of them, but I don't have the money. Um uh Jaw surgery, you know, going to an orthodontist and moving the teeth again, moving the teeth forward. I don't know. Um, Getting a mouthpiece made at uh, not the dentist, but as well, different. I think a denturist can do it. I think a different dentist can do it. You get this device made, and it moves your jaw forward while you're asleep. I forget how much that was. Like, I don't know, I have no idea. I had the appointment. I don't remember. Like 900 or a couple thousand. I have no memory of what they quoted me. I don't have the money for that. There's an that Inspire implant. Uh, they implant this thing that prompts you to breathe all night. I don't want that, anyways. Surgery is risky. Move Jaw surgery. They move You know what? I'm way too ill to make these decisions. I don't know what should be done. You know, the, so I'm having involuntary movements in the eye and the face here from the trigeminal neuralgia, and I'm trying to catch it on camera when it starts moving around. It's crazy making when your face is involuntarily twitching and moving around. I had like 3.5 hours of sleep. Like this isn't doable anymore. It wasn't doable 10 years ago. But like I can't go on like this, right? And I can't make decisions like this without a family. These are huge, huge decisions. They're medical decisions. I resent the fact that I feel like I've always had to be a doctor. That makes me angry because I'm not educated enough for this to diagnose. And like my history with healthcare is I've had to diagnose, so this is no shade on my current doctor. He's new, and I respect him. But I've had to figure everything out. You know, I've suffered from long-term misdiagnosis. I've had to figure out everything on my own, and I resent that fact that I've had to be a doctor when I'm not educated. This thing, not being able to breathe at night, and it's not just apnea. It's the jaw. It's there's more going on than just apnea. And I resent the fact that I have had to always be a doctor, right? It makes me angry because I'm not educated enough for this. And I can't make these huge decisions without a family or a spouse, right? And I don't have the money. I don't have the money because of all the long-term medical harm from all the financial loss that has occurred to me because of, long-term misdiagnosis with so many different health issues. I have no money to get the help I need. Like I'm not gonna. This can't go on. And it's easy for people to say, "Oh, well, do a GoFundMe, do a GoFundMe." There's so many reasons why, there's so many obstacles to that. And one of the obstacles is, this went on for so long. I had lots of people following me and supporting me. And I waited and waited. I didn't do a GoFundMe. I waited and waited for my family to come and help me. My family refused to help. I can't do this without, real support, like love and support. Because I've seen everyone I've known who's done a GoFundMe had to endure attacks on social media. And I can't do that without backup. I can't do that without family or a spouse. I can't do massive attacks. And everyone I know who's done that has almost taken their life, or considered, or made an attempt at taking their life because of the attacks on the GoFundMe. And I can't be unprepared for that. One woman I know with cancer, huge attack on her. Another woman, medication injured, huge attack. A guy, medication injured, a huge attack on him on social media. A girl, vax injured, huge attack on them, on the family. And most often, usually it's people that they know doing the covert from fake accounts. I can't endure that. If I was sleeping, whatever my health issues were, if I was sleeping every night, I'd be stronger and I'd be able to endure an attack on social media or GoFundMe. I think I'd be able to better handle it. I had 3.5 hours of sleep last night. I'm barely surviving. There's no way I could, you know. One thing most people don't understand. One thing most people don't know is people doing videos like this on various platforms have people attacking them, and they don't talk about it, right? They're not making videos about it. Like, for example, there's that teenager, I forget what her name is, and they forced her to have vaccines in the hospital. Her head blew up and practically turned black. There's no way I thought this girl would live, and she has survived. But they endured attacks on social media. The whole family had to endure that. This poor girl in the hospital dying, literally, her head blowing off, turning black, her ears turned black. Just despicable. I couldn't have. There's no way people can endure that on their own without real support. So everyone says, well, do GoFundMe for this, do GoFundMe for that, do GoFundMe for Chiari surgery and fly to another country and blah, blah. You know what? I'm so ill. There's no way I could book appointments, get a passport. I can't get around my city. I have no, I've lost my vehicle. You know what? I've had 3.5 hours of sleep. I'm half out of it. I can't navigate my way. I can't get around the city on a bus when I'm this sick and tired. I can't get around. I can't get a passport. I can't, pack and get myself to the airport and fly to another country when I've had, I can't handle that stress without a family or a spouse. There, most often I can't even handle doing phone calls. These are huge medical decisions I'm being expected to figure out on my own, and I can't. Do I try to pursue getting my jaw moved? Double jaw surgery, massive stress. Who would take care of me during double jaw surgery? A tracheostomy. I fought for a trach for a couple of years. Do I fight for a trach? Do I try to get my teeth moved forward? Do I because I can't go on like this. Who's there to help me make decisions like this? Like, this hasn't been definitively diagnosed either. I don't understand what's going on here. There has to be somebody making these decisions and diagnosing, instead of an uneducated patient wandering around trying to make these massive decisions and then force the medical community to comply. You need someone, a husband at your side, or your family with their head screwed on straight, and approach these medical people to make this happen instead of people losing their lives. This is so wrong. I don't understand.